was sexually abused, molested. I was being fondled with like a toy. I'm talking broken ribs, black eyes, broken noses. I got pregnant at 16. So I was homeless. I had to sign my rights over on my kids. That day that I had said goodbye to them was the hardest day of my life. So my childhood was traumatic. I was sexually abused, molested, actually, by my biological father and by my stepfather. My mom and my dad were separated, so of course I would go to my dad's house every other weekend. He was a full-blown alcoholic. And then at home, my stepfather was a full-blown alcoholic, and so it didn't matter which house I went to, I was being fondled with like a toy. So my dad gave me my first drink at the age of 9. It was a Jack and Coke. And from then on, I used it as an escape, to escape reality and to escape the pain that I was having to go through. And my voice didn't matter. Nobody listened to me. Anything that I stated, it wasn't real. It didn't matter. But after that, probably about 14, I finally dropped the alcohol, and I started using prescription pills every now and then. But then I started selling drugs, because my mom, she couldn't maintain the bills, and we were moving constantly. Like every 6 months we were having to move because we had an eviction notice because she couldn't maintain the bills. So I started selling drugs, whether it was weed or crack, whatever I could, to pay the bills. And by the time I was 16, I'm selling drugs, I'm smoking weed, I'm, trying to get a job, I'm babysitting, I'm doing everything that I can, just trying to maintain this smile on my face. And then whenever I was 16 years old, it hit the fan with my father. Word got out that, he had molested me as a child, and a detective come to speak to my mom, and it was either save her life or save his life. So I finally had to come out and let her know, the reality of it and what really had happened. So at the end of it, I put my father in prison for 10 years. So, and then I got pregnant at 16. I moved out of my mom's house at 17, right before I had my first son, and was with my ex-husband for a total of about 12 years or so. And through the entire time, he physically, mentally, and emotionally just beat me. I'm talking broken ribs, black eyes, broken noses, you name it. I worked full-time with, and took care of the kids whenever I was off or whatever. I worked 2 jobs, and while I was with him, I wasn't allowed to use drugs. But, he would sell drugs. He eventually started going to jail constantly. So right before he went to jail, I was pregnant with my youngest son. He's 8 years old, and he had told me if I could get away with murder, I would kill you and laugh as I'm stepping over your dead body. So no, that's great. I'm 7.5 months pregnant, and he just got done beating the crap out of me, a couple days prior. So when he went to jail, I knew that was it. I knew if I did not get out now, I wouldn't make it out. He would kill me before I would be able to walk away. So I finally did. And during that time, he wouldn't help me with our 3 kids. His family wouldn't help me with our 3 kids. Like, I got literally no help from nobody. And our kids went to foster care because I couldn't financially take care of them. That day that I had said goodbye to them was the hardest day of my life. And I hit rock bottom. I did. I started using heroin. I started using meth. I started shooting up. You know, everything I said that I wouldn't do, I did. You know, I was homeless, sleeping outside at the gas stations on Bell Road. You know, year and a half ago, or almost 2 years ago, I got locked up for some pretty big boy charges, and they offered me 28 years, but they gave me a plea agreement and said that if you complete mental health court, you know, we'll lower your sentence. So that's what I did. As soon as I got out, you know, I got around the wrong people, you know, and I relapsed right then. But I went to my caseworker and I told her, I said, look, you know, I need help, you know, and I got them to place me in rehab. I did 30 days in rehab at the next door in Nashville, and then also got them to put me into a sober living house in Murfreesboro, and I have been clean ever since. I'm, a week shy from being 1 year clean. Recovery for me is I can breathe, you know, like I'm not looking over my shoulder constantly. I'm not on edge constantly 24/7. I'm not anxiety attack 24/7. You know, I can actually enjoy life. I can take a breath for the first time.
What do you see in your future now?
I'm actually going to school to get my bachelor's degree in psychology with criminal justice and human services. I want to help children.
Now, how does it feel to get to the point in your life where you're so, you know, full of purpose that you can be the example to help other kids and other people? How does that feel?
Overwhelming with just excitement and joy and happiness and a feeling that I have never felt in my life, you know. It's a good feeling. It's really good.